can see it in your mind, you cannot be attached to the outcome. So if you find that you cannot detach from a manifestation, that means that you're not seeing it in your mind as being completed. And that goes for affirmations or even scripting, because even with affirmations, you are picturing the end in your mind. If you're actually affirming correctly, or if any sort of inner dialogue or thoughts that happen in your mind always create a mental image in your imagination, because every imagination creates reality. So everything always comes back to the image in your mind. So what are you affirming? Are you able to actually see the wish as already being complete? So if you're affirming all the time and you're still attached to your manifestation, that means that you're not seeing the right image in your mind. That means you need to refocus your attention, and you need to start visualizing the image. At least if you can't create a mental movie, you don't have that focus for that or the ability to do that yet. Just see the picture of the end. You cannot be attached to something if you're seeing the image in your mind. And every time you find yourself that you are attached to your manifestation, just check yourself, catch yourself, and then see your manifestation as already being complete in your mind. And you will instantly detach from that thing. Because your world is a simulation. And if you need, a lot of times this is really the block of detaching from something. If you're trying to detach from something, it's because you don't know you're living in a simulation. You've forgotten. You've looked in the mirror, and then once you looked away from the mirror, you forgot what you look like it states in the Bible. And the best way to know, not only just repetition and creating a belief and reminding yourself you're living in a simulation, which can work, very well, but also checking yourself, seeing the glitches within the simulation. So create a scene, figure out something in your life that you're not going to manifest in your world and think that there's a coincidence. Like something that's never happened to you before. Nothing huge, but something just strange. Something that would never happen on its own. Like someone that saying something to you that they would never say before. Or you got a dozen roses at your front door out of the blue. Or you got some sort of gift that was sitting in your front yard. Or visualize seeing, your backyard or front yard full of butterflies or dragonflies or something where you see just thousands of them. Visualize this in your mind as you're going to sleep at night. Like something out of the ordinary that never happens. Like if you've never seen a butterfly in your front yard or backyard, or hardly ever, and then all of a sudden you're seeing a million butterflies everywhere in your backyard, and then you visualize it and fall asleep, and then you go out there the next day and you see a million butterflies. These types of visualizations are glitches. They're going to show you glitches they're going to prove to you that your world is a simulation and that it's being created from your imagination. So your job from this video today is to determine something that you can fall asleep doing to prove to yourself that you're living in a simulation. Because if you're having a hard time detaching from something, that means that you think your world is a solid reality and that it's difficult to manifest things. That means you're looking at the simulation as if it's difficult. So now the simulation's looking at you like it is difficult. It's telling you, it's giving you things now where it is difficult. Whether you have to have this, you have to have that, you have to do this, and it's never going to happen for you. If you're taking your manifestations serious, and you think it's real, then it's going to take you serious, and it's going to make it very serious. It's going to make it more difficult for you to be able to create these things into your world. But as you start seeing the glitches within the simulation, you start imagining things even throughout the day, even if you're going to take a nap or something, or you're just meditating in deep meditation to where you go into a completely relaxed state. Start picturing something that you've never seen before, at your house or at your job, somewhere, doing something that can solidify your belief that you are now living in a simulation. These little things start to add up within the subconscious, and they start to solidify your belief that you're living in a simulation. And this can tremendously help with detachment and changing your life altogether. Because when you start seeing these glitches in your world, you start to realize, wait a minute, if I can visualize this, or I can see this in my mind just for a few minutes and fall asleep with it, or even just meditate with it, and all of a sudden it's there, all of a sudden it's happening, then I can I can completely change my entire life. I can shift everything. Then you want to know what? I'm going to start counting $100 bills as I'm going to sleep, because I want to see more $100 bills in my life. Or I want to have that car, so I'm going to picture myself driving that car. That car's already in my garage. Or I want to live in my dream house, so I'm going to fall asleep in my dream house. Or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. But when you start seeing these glitches and you start realizing, you're like, wait a minute, there's more to this. I'm picturing something and it keeps happening. Everything that I picture in my imagination, it keeps coming into my life in some form. And then you start to solidify this belief within the subconscious that your world is you pushed out. It's your imagination is what's at work. And then you're like, I can create anything that I want. And then your view changes. And then you start viewing the simulation as it truly is. And then it's no longer difficult for you. Then that's effortless manifestation. And another thing that I want to point out in this video to you, when you're going to sleep, creating visual scenes or doing affirmations or whatever you're doing to create something or manifest things into your world, remember that it's not a job. It's not difficult. It's something that you should be looking forward to doing, that you are being grateful that you have the privilege, the opportunity to change things, that you actually have the knowledge and you know what to do. So many people don't even have the knowledge. They don't even know how to change their lives. They don't even know that they can change their inner states. They can create mental images in their mind and change their states of consciousness and then manifest things to come into their life. Most people don't even know this. You know this. So when you go to sleep at night, be grateful for that opportunity that you get to visualize, that you get to affirm, you get to script, you get to fall asleep in this, so don't be, and also, if you're falling asleep as if you're doing work, then that's also a feeling state that you're going to take with you into the subconscious. So remember that as well, because all the feelings, all the collective feeling states and pictures that are in your mind, you are falling asleep with those feelings. So if you're falling asleep, struggling or trying really hard with your visualizations and you're not enjoying the process of it, that's also going to be impressed in the subconscious. So you may get what you're picturing, but it's going to cause a lot of other things to happen that may be difficult, that require a lot of effort in your mind from your labeling, because you're going into the drift working with the feeling that you're working. So then you're recreating that more work to come to you. You may get the things, but it may be more difficult for you to get, simply by the feeling state that you're falling asleep with. So be very conscious and cognizant of how you truly feel as you're going to sleep. And a really great way to do this is something that I do. I do a gratitude crash, 7-day crash course every single month, where I do 7 days of gratitude, because even Neville Goddard stated it. The fastest and most simple way to manifest things into your world is simply being in your wish fulfilled and being grateful for the present moment, for everything you already have, because you're in the state of the fulfilled wish at that time. And what I do is, the first day, I write down 10 things as soon as I wake up in the morning, or sometimes like within the first 30 minutes or an hour when I wake up. I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for in detail. And then I'll go to, at night, right before I go to sleep, I'll do another 10 things. The second day, it's 20. You do 20 in the morning, 20 at night. And then the third day, you do 30, and then 30. And then the fourth day, you do 40 and 40. And then 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70. The seventh day, you're writing down 140 things. And you may be saying to yourself, wow, that's a lot of different things. But as you get to day 3 or day 4, your mind is programmed to see everything that you have, because you know in your mind during the day, I got to be grateful. I got to find things I got to be grateful for. So then you're programming your mind to see everything that you actually have in your life, rather than the things that you don't, the things that you're trying to get. You're seeing all the things that you already have. So then you become magnetic, and you're training your mind to redirect itself. Okay, you're completely redesigning the program, the software of your mind, to start seeing all of these tremendous things that you have in your life. And you're training your mind to find these things throughout the day. And as you get to day 4 and day 5, you can find 100 things. Like, you realize you have thousands of things to be grateful for in your life, and that your life is actually really good the way that it is. And then in this process, you'll start seeing more things start coming to you. All of a sudden, all these new things just start coming into your life. And you're like, wow, wait a minute, I just got a promotion at my work, or my business I got 20 new clients today. Oh my gosh, I just got this unexpected check in the mail, or I just won the lottery, or scratch off every other scratch off I'm playing, I'm winning now, just because I'm in a state of gratitude. Do not overlook gratitude. Do not overlook appreciation and focusing your attention on the things that you have in your life. Because if you just did that alone, you would find a lot of success, a lot of new great things come into your life. So remember this. Do not sleep on gratitude, doing gratitude, writing this stuff down. And don't just say, I'm grateful for my cat. What about your cat are you grateful for? You want you to get specifically in detail of these things. Try to write out specifically in detail, because you're creating mental pictures with everything that you're writing down. So if you say, I'm grateful for my cat, your imagination is just picturing the cat. But if you say, I'm grateful for my cat, he cuddles with me at night and he keeps me company and he does these tricks and he's just an amazing cat, and then your mind is picturing all these cool things and you're smiling inside. You get more emotional, you get more into a feeling state with that. So try to be more specific with the things that you have in your life currently, and you will draw a lot of other things into your life. And even there's actually something that you could do just after you visualize. Like, say if you're just getting into visualization, you can visualize or picture your desired outcome, and then focus on gratitude, and then fall asleep in gratitude. Because when if you visualize yourself having the things that you have for like 5 minutes, even if you're sitting up before you go to bed, and then you just focus on all the things that you have, that can continue the first feeling state into the longevity of the sleep process and impressing the subconscious mind. Because if you visualize that and then you go straight into gratitude, you will capture the feeling effortlessly from the visualization into a state of gratitude, and then impress the subconscious mind with those things happening to you. And then your dreams will start changing. The subconscious mind will start working things out in your dreams, which can be really tremendous for manifestation. And the things that I tell you, I practice on a daily basis, and my life is absolutely amazing. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm excited about my day. I wake up before my alarm clock goes up. I don't even want to go to sleep at night because I love my life so much. Everything is just so tremendous. There's certain things that happen to me throughout the day that are issues, but they're really, it's really so temporary that I just catch myself and I go right back into, just loving life and knowing that I created that event to happen, and that's happening for my benefit. In the long run, it's like, and that's just the way that it works out every time. But remember all these things that I'm telling you in these videos, because they can help you tremendously. And the things that I've experienced, the things that I've taught, the things that I've learned, all the books that I've read, everything that I've studied, all the exercises everything that I've gone through, this is the knowledge that I'm giving you now. And I just truly want everyone to experience the life that I have now. I want everyone to just feel to love their life. I want you to love your life. And that's why I post these videos, because I want everyone to find that love for their life. Because once you truly love the simulation will love you back. And it truly gives you that love right back once you have love for it. Because if you look at your world, you wake up in the morning, you go outside, you're like, wow, it's such a beautiful day. I'm so grateful for this. You're giving love to the simulation, to consciousness, which is actually you. You are actually a part of the simulation of consciousness. There's no gap or separation in consciousness. So you love yourself. You're giving yourself self-love when you look at your world and you love everyone around you. You love the world that you're living in. You love the trees, the sky, the smells, everything. That's real self-love, is when you love in the simulation itself, because it's all you. It's all you being pushed out. So remember that. And when you love the simulation, you love yourself. And then the simulation loves you right back, and it emulates that, or it mirrors that right back to you. All right, guys. I love you. Remember that. Take notes. And remember, as you're going to sleep at night, it's not a chore. You are grateful for this ability, and start finding the glitches. Solidify your belief in the simulation. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.